since I last wrote in these pages, and my pen seems to be rusty. October was a lot. Andrew's birthday, first triathlon, first client shoots, trip to Europe, and conference or an event for the day job while in Europe. So I just feel unmoored at the moment. And I think what I want to use this week, or at least today, for is to get back to basics, to kind of reset, which I feel like I say is something I'm trying to do all the time. And it kind of is, because I never feel like I have just a solid base. And I think that's because the past, really this year, a lot's been changing, and the changes have been pretty, I feel like, constant. So every time I think that I'm adjusting to the way things now are, something changes again. And I'm sure that's going to continue to be the case for the rest of my life. But I want to have a solid baseline, taking some of the things that I guess the adaptations I've made throughout the year to the other changes and kind of combining them in ways. Getting on a more regular workout regimen, meal planning, cooking meals myself more often, getting in creative practice, intentional creative practice, and finally figuring out what it is that I'm doing with this vlog. I think where I struggled there is I lean in two directions with it, maybe three directions. One is just kind of scrapbooking my life through video, getting a bunch of clips throughout the day, cutting it together through music, capturing like the feel of the day. I really like that. Two is reflecting on, but also reflecting back to myself, like what my life is and what I want it to be. And just kind of what I'm doing here. And then the third one is getting in practice, making videos, filming, editing, messing around with different tools, visual effects, etc. So those are the three pieces to the vlog. And I guess what I haven't figured out is how to combine them into something that feels coherent for me, so that I know what it is that I'm doing when I'm putting together the vlog each day, each week, while also making it sustainable. Because if I vlog everything about my day, that gets pretty heavy from an editing perspective. And so I think what I need to do is figure out what is the narrative that I'm playing with for this vlog. Today, it's reset and setting the baseline. And maybe that's the theme of this week, but I'm on call for jury duty. So I have jury duty today. Time to report. Jury duty, day 2. I don't know, it's the best part of jury duty. Challenge with jury duty will be figuring out how to make these videos interesting if I can't film most of my day. I'll never have to know, because I got excused. There was this thing I watched a few years back, and in it Kristen Bell talks about dealing with depression. And the thing that helped her through was just focusing on what the next right thing to do would be. Morning after the election, thinking a lot about that. And it's overwhelming to think of the next 4 years. So I'm just trying to think of the next right thing to be doing. And all I can come up with is giving myself time to come to grips with the reality of the situation. I try to keep in mind that, as with all things, this too shall pass. This morning, I was talking to someone. Conversations started the bland way conversations always start. Hey, how's it going? And I was just like, well. And the other person was just like, yeah, but at least today's better than yesterday. I guess the shock of the election kind of wore off for them. I didn't say this to them, but I was just like, isn't it a little early for that? But I've been thinking about it since then. And I don't know that it's so much about the wearing off so much as the moving on. Not let's move on, but let's get on. Where I struggle is, yeah, I need to get on with life. I have a job to do. But I don't want the job to feel like it's just a distraction. I'd like some way for the work to feel productive for more reasons than just collecting a paycheck. But then part of the work is making videos about retail and media, tech, and advertising. So.
That's it. No more laughs.
What?
That's my goal.
All right, I have a client shoot tomorrow, and I need to test the lighting setup. So this, more or less, is what I'm playing with. Now, let's see how we would light this. What do you think, buddy? Good? Yeah. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So this is the setup for the shoot today. The idea is people in a support group are going to be sitting like this. So I need to light it where there's a top light, it's in shadow, and there's enough fill to compete with so that I can expose for the windows outside. This first thing, it's exposed for the windows outside. So, blown out. So we gotta work it out for us. So we're gonna do a couple, this is kind of like one of the wider shots. So we'll do a couple takes, all the way through, just so that you all can kind of warm into the characters and kind of the feel of it. And then also I can figure out if there's any adjustments I want to make in terms of lighting and mics or anything like that. But just, especially for these first versus few takes. Have fun with it. Like throughout all of this, have fun with it. Okay, and action.
I thought I'd be the last time. Just one more campaign, you know, then that's it.
Perfect. So we are good from this angle. So now I'm just gonna push in.
Been there.
But I couldn't do it. Couldn't give up that feeling, you know? Being able to see my ROI clear as day. We make marketers fear less.
That is a wrap. Thank you.
That was